What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Why can't I talk? I've literally just tried to do this 3 times. I might just leave this in. I'm just trying to say, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the fourth Dirty Podcast. I mean, it's not that fucking hard. I mean, should I even be doing a podcast if I can't say welcome, everybody? I just took 4 attempts. I'm not even gonna cut it anymore. I was gonna cut this and then welcome everybody to the fourth Dirty Podcast. Finally, I said it right. I'm gonna put in the clip of me fucking up also, but I just took probably 4 attempts to just try to say that right there, and it's kind of bad. But I'm gonna be doing this podcast by myself. I had a conversation with Sway, and he said he doesn't really want to do a podcast. He's looking more for videos and prank videos, almost like how Nelk does a little bit. So we're just having different creative ideas at the time. But he's always welcome to come back onto the podcast whenever he wants. But for now, I'm just going to do it by myself. So I've got a couple topics. I've got, is love really dead? ? Because now it's May 4th, and there are a couple things that are starting to make me believe again. For one, J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez were seen having lunch together. But later that week, turns out J-Lo was back meeting up with Ben Affleck. Affleck, I don't fucking care. Batman, basically. Then I saw Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner recently in Miami now. And there's one more couple I'm forgetting about, but you know what? It doesn't really matter to me because that is enough for it now. I'm starting to believe again. Kim and Kanye, I think, are still dead in the water, but you know what? Oh, wait, no, love still is dead. What the fuck? Bill Gates and his wife of 29 years just got divorced. Fucking, she just became one of the richest women in America. And I love how immediately Twitter starts getting a hold of it saying, blah, 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 Gates and blah, 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 Bezos' ex-wife are now going to meet up together now that they have money and save the world from whatever fucking issue they're having before. Like, I guarantee you that's not what they're going to do. They just became probably they're two of the richest women in America. You think they're going to spend their time trying to save water or whatever the fuck it is? I didn't do any research, but it's always Twitter just immediately assumed that they were going to try to do something good. But in reality, I'm just assuming that they're going to just take the money, go on vacation somewhere, probably to the Bahamas or some shit, find some nice 22-year-old named Felipe to rub massage oil on their back. But it doesn't matter. They got their bag. Bezos' wife took a shorter way out, but goddamn it. All right, so my dogs are here. But Bezos' wife took the easier way out, a shorter term. But Bill Gates' wife did it right. She stayed for the long haul. She was there for 29 years. So now when she leaves, nobody's like, oh, what the fuck? She was just with him with his money. And Bezos' wife ended up going to fuck like her son's coach, like baseball coach or some shit. Imagine being Jeff Bezos and being like, yeah, I'm the richest man in the world. But then thinking about how your wife just left you for a fucking baseball, like your son's baseball coach. I wonder if the kid even became a starter after that. Like, I mean, if he's just not any good, I could understand why the mom would be fucking the coach. But to leave him for Bezos, but to leave Bezos for him, I don't understand. Because when he's one of the richest men in the world, there's nothing he can't really do. And speaking of another one of the richest men in the fucking world, Elon Musk, the Musk bus. Oh yeah, baby. He's going to be hosting SNL this week. I actually thought it was going to be last week, so I made sure. So I bought not hella, but I bought some Dogecoin and Bitcoin because I'm assuming that he's going to crack one or two jokes in a skit about Bitcoin or Dogecoin, and it's going to fucking explode. Just so happens Dogecoin already hit 60 cents this morning, so that was fucking sweet to wake up to. That was, and it's so dumb because it's just a meme. It is just a meme. It's just a picture of a dog that TikTokers said to buy over a year ago when it was just cents, like fractions of a cent. And the fact that it's just a pump and dump that's gotten all the way to 60 cents from a fraction of a penny, that's fucking ridiculous. I mean, I'm loving every second of it because I got invested decently early. Well, early compared to how it's looking now. I'm not gonna say exact numbers, but I was in around the single digits. But yeah, Elon's supposed to host SNL this week, and a couple of the castmates that I've actually never even heard of were kind of pissed about it. I mean, Elon Musk isn't exactly the funniest guy, but I never watched Saturday Night. I never watched Saturday Night. I can't fucking speak. Okay, I never watch Saturday Night Live that often unless I see somebody like a Bill Burr is hosting or something like that. So I hear Elon Musk is hosting. He's not necessarily the funniest guy, but he does have those awkward moments where it does end up being funny. So I'm gonna end up watching it. I bought Bitcoin and Dogecoin because of it. So I don't get why the cast members just don't think he's gonna be funny, but really besides certain people in SNL, the entire cast isn't that funny. So you might as well let him get on just so that you could get more viewers. You think Lorne Michaels is going to give a fuck about how good Elon Musk is? I mean, he's got Miley Cyrus performing for him. That's going to bring an audience in its own. Lorne Michaels just wants to cash that fucking check with Elon. He's saying, take me and Dogecoin to the fucking moon, man. Bring SNL back from the dead. Because Pete Davidson's cool. Fucking Michael Shea. I'm forgetting everybody's fucking names. Kate McKinnon. They're all good, but like these aren't the Adam Sandlers and Will Ferrells of the fucking world. And speaking of Adam Sandler, I saw a video the other day where this chick on TikTok was like feeling so stupid. Well, she kind of looks stupid for turning down Adam Sandler at an IHOP, but when you really think about it, Adam Sandler is just kind of a normal looking dude right now. He wasn't dressed in anything super nice. He was wearing a hoodie, some shorts, and a mask. Like you can't really see his face. I don't blame her. He just kind of looks like another dude. I mean, back in the day, before masks and when Adam Sandler was in his prime, fucking Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison days, I can understand how you could look like an absolute idiot for not identifying him. But when he's just pulling up to an IHOP in the middle of a pandemic, who the fuck expects Adam Sandler to be at IHOP? So, and when you hear that it's gonna be a 30-minute wait at IHOP, of course you leave. I mean, Adam Sandler is just a normal dude. Like, I'm surprised enough that he even went to IHOP. That just still tells you that he is just a guy. He's just a dude being a dude. But when you tell Adam Sandler or anybody that it's gonna be a 30-minute wait for fucking IHOP, there's no way in hell I'm staying for that. But Elon Musk a while ago was talking about brain chips and people, and everybody's just talking about experimenting, new this, new that. And I heard something about how we created human monkeys, and I've already seen this play out before. That's a movie called The Planet of the Apes. I mean, and unless we could have James Franco raise one of them to be on our side, I really don't think we'd have a fucking chance against our half monkey, half human army. And I don't get how people are just okay with this. Like, they are making a new species. They made a liger, half lion, half tiger. And everybody's just like, oh, wow, let's go look at it at the zoo. But you come face to face with one of those motherfuckers in the wild. I don't even know if they are in the wild. But I would not want to come across one of them. Because those fuckers are even bigger than tigers and lions. So that the next step is just Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park's the only way that we could really go from here. Because, I mean, the way that, yeah, it'll just be fucked because they're gonna have the strength of a monkey. I'm still stuck on the monkeys. Fucking, they're gonna have the strength of a monkey and the brain of a human if it's done right. So that could just become the world's most deadly fucking person. They'll be quicker, stronger, and just as smart, if not smarter, if they really desire to learn and are capable of learning. So before we would even know it, we would be like playing with these like, oh, cute little monkey things too. Oh fuck. Those movies were a warning sign. Because this could open the door to fucking time travel, if anything. Because if movies like that were made to warn us about the future, that'd be insane. Like somebody from the future made a time machine, or they had a time machine already, and the monkey human species takes over. So then they're like, oh fuck, I gotta go back to the past and warn them about this. But then they also saw a way to make some money in between. So they decide, you know what? I'll warn them, but I'll do it in a way where I can make a lot of money. So then they end up writing The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. But they don't want to tell us that they're half human, half monkey species. They just tell us, oh, we've been raising these monkeys since we were kids. Or since they were babies, but that's not all right with me. Like, we really are just heading towards like they're doing too much. We're gonna create something that we just can't undo eventually, and we will be fucked. They keep going almost as much as the Fast and Furious series. Like they're at fucking 10 now or some shit like that. I'm really starting to not count. Laundry's outside your door. All right, thanks. Kind of like the Fast and the Furious series. I mean, I think they're on fucking 10 now, and there's no real way to tell where they're gonna go because they're really checking off every check box in order almost. They start off as just racing, then they became like almost like spies. Then now they've got planes that cars. They were in submarines. They've been in the sky before. It's getting out of control. What happened to just driving? One strip at a time, huh? And Han isn't really dead, which I don't fucking get it because we saw the car blow up, but apparently he got out of it somehow. And it's just ridiculous. John Cena is Dom Toretto's long lost brother. So I'm really expecting them to make a time machine at some point because they're gonna be like, oh, this happened X amount of years ago, and because of the blast, we weren't able to save any more of these cars. And then the Fast and Furious are gonna get word of it, and they're gonna be like, the fuck, no more cars. They create the time machine themselves, go back to the past, beat the fuck out of whoever tried to ban cars, and then them and The Rock and Jason Statham even maybe, if he decides to be on their team this time, just go off into the sunset. I got a paid haircut for the first time in over a year and a half, 2 years. I'd been letting just my friends cut my hair just for the fuck of it because a couple of them have been like, oh, I'm in cosmetology school, or oh, I used to cut my brother's hair, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure, why not? You can cut my hair. I don't really care about my hair. But then the other day my mom started roasting me on my hair, and I still didn't really care too much. And then I told my boss about how my mom called me a Ringo Starr looking ass motherfucker from the Beatles. That's not exactly what she said, but she said, you're looking a lot like Ringo from the Beatles. So I tell him that. He immediately looks at me, says, fuck, you kind of do look like Ringo. Last week I was thinking you kind of looked like Caesar, Julius Caesar. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, either way, they're both famous. I'll take either one. If I could look like Julius Caesar or Ringo, if I could be Ringo, that'd be fucking awesome. But yeah, anyways, so then he gives me money and says, go get a haircut. So I'm like, all right, well, fuck, now I have to go get a haircut. So there's a clear difference between a paid haircut and a friend's haircut. I've really come to realize that. So I probably will be paying for haircuts more in the future, even though I do like being cheap with my haircuts, because I believe every millionaire or billionaire has had a shitty haircut at one point or just has shitty hair. So I believe that's just a part of it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really got too much more to speak on today. So, the 49ers took Trey Lance at 3, which I was very happy about. I was so fucking happy about because I was hearing so many rumors that it was going to be Mac Jones. It's going to be Mac Jones. And I would have been fine with Mac Jones if we were still drafting at 12. But since the 49ers traded up and gave away 2 future first rounders and a 4th, I believe, or something like that, I wouldn't have been happy with Mac Jones. He was the least physically gifted quarterback in the draft. Sure, he could throw a good ball, but when you're at Alabama, all your receivers get open by 6 yards. Like there's a difference between open and Alabama open. So Mac Jones just needed to make the simple throws, which really in Kyle Shanahan's system is all you really need to do. But there was no way I was going to be okay with the 49ers drafting him at 3. I was literally going to bust out into tears and probably go hide in a closet for about a week and a half or 2. Come out to see if that really happened. Then when somebody says yes, I would go to the liquor store directly, buy a bottle, hide myself in the closet for another week and a half, and just drink my problems away. So on that note of me not having to drink in the closet for about a week and a half to a month, I will I also hit a bar again this past weekend. That's 2 weeks in a row for the first time in about a year and a half. Look at me go. I forgot how expensive that shit is. Like $12 for a fucking shot, $8, $6 for a fucking beer. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I went to a bar in a local bar near my house, kind of, with my cousin and her boyfriend that she's been with for a few years. So we go, and we know somebody that works there. So we get there, we say what's up to them, we go get seated, and we get our drinks. And a few minutes later, he comes up to us and he says, "Hey, do you guys want to sit here?" Because we were just sitting inside. "Or do you guys want to go sit outside where the bar is, or where the live music is at the bar outside?" We were like, we don't really care. We're good either way, because we were just there to kind of say what's up to him, get a couple drinks, all that stuff. But so then we end up moving outside, and there was a live performer. But on the way out, he like got out there way before us, because as soon as we said we don't really care, he said, "All right, follow me." He just heads out. He grabs a couple bar stools, sets them up at the bar where there weren't even seats available before. And I was just walking out there like, yo, the fuck? Are we in the Goodfellas? This dude's rolling out at every good stop for us. He's getting the chairs. He's getting the fucking cloth. It's amazing. And when I was at the bar, I was thinking the entire time about how, damn, I'd really blown off some chick that wanted to come to the bar with me tonight just to hang out with my cousin and her boyfriend. But while I'm at the bar, the live performer was singing, a big emphasis that her name was Lola with an H. She was pretty good, but yeah, I start flirting with the live performer a little bit. She starts flirting back. She's telling me to messenger. She's telling me to messenger on Facebook, though. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck messages on Facebook? So I don't really think she was like flirting with me, but flirting enough where she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this white boy to listen to my music." Because she told me and my cousin and her boyfriend that she like came over from Taiwan, and she's only been out here for like 5-6 months, and it's great being able to like perform at bars now, although she does miss her friends back home. So yeah, the night kept going. I kept getting a couple more drinks. The girl I'd flaked on still didn't know that I was at the bar, because earlier in the night when we were originally talking about going, because we'd been talking about it for a couple days, and then all of a sudden last second I was like, I don't really want to go with her, because we never really had any good conversations. Like it was always, "Hey, how you doing? Good. How's work? Boring. All right, cool." And like that would be the entire fucking conversation, like nothing. So then anyway, so I get enough liquor in me where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna tell her to pull up. So I tell her to pull up, and then once I did that, I was like, oh fuck, I've been flirting with the musician, and now I'm telling another girl to pull up at the same time. So the girl ends up pulling up, and I decide I'm gonna just keep hitting on the girl that I told to pull up. So we buy a shot or two, a couple shots, and then after that, I'm like, okay, I think I've spent enough money here for tonight. I didn't say that to her though, so I was like, "Hey, you wanna go on a walk?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." But it's really because I didn't want to buy her any more fucking alcohol. I didn't really want to go on a fucking walk, but I was drunk, and I was like, I'll just start walking home, kind of, because I'm not really interested in carrying on with this night at this point. Like, I'm good to go our separate ways. So she starts walking with me. Secretly, we're just walking back towards my house, kind of, but she doesn't know that. And then I stop by Jack in the Box, get myself a couple tacos and a chicken sandwich, And I asked if she wanted anything because I'm not gonna be an asshole. I'm gonna go. I was a gentleman. I asked, "Do you want anything?" She said no. I said, "Okay. Are you sure?" She said no. So I ordered the food. I offer her a taco even after I got the food. She still said no. I'm like, all right, cool. So then we're still just walking. I'm drunk and eating. And I told her, oh, by the way, at this point, I think I'm just going to continue just walk to my house. If you want to call an Uber, I'll sit here with you until it gets here, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, no, I'll just walk with you. So then we're walking and she keeps trying to ask me questions, but I'm not big on answering questions. So anytime that she would ask me a question, I would just start curving it and turning questions onto her. And then she's like, why wouldn't you want to answer my questions? I'm like, what questions? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, you're trying to trick me. I'm like, how am I trying to trick you? And she's like, well, you're smarter than me. And when she said that, I was like, that's fucking terrifying, considering that you said that you're a preschool teacher and I'm a certified dumbass. But anyway, so she keeps walking to me. Eventually we get to my house after like a 5-mile fucking walk at 2 a.m. I'm like, okay. I saw that my family was still up for some reason. I was like, oh, okay, what the fuck? What are they still doing up? So then I asked her, hey, do you want to go hang out in the back of my car or something? So she said, yeah. Because, I mean, figure you were going to walk fucking 5.2 miles, 5 miles at 2 a.m. to come over. And then I'm just like, you want to get in the car? She said, sure. We get in the car. I tried to make a move. Nothing's really happening. But she just really wanted to just sit there and watch Big Time Rush. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing? I didn't say that to her or nothing, but that was kind of what was going on in my mind. But then it gets to the point where it's like 3:30 a.m. She's still in my car, and I'm starting to fall asleep with Big Time Rush just playing on my phone. And I'm like, hey, you want to call your fucking Uber? My phone's about to die, and I'm tired. So finally, she calls her Uber, gets out of there, and then I was like kind of just happy because the entire time it was kind of like talking to a saltine cracker. She really didn't have much character to her at all. It was really just I was carrying conversations for the most part, and it sucked. It really sucked. End this episode of the podcast here. Hopefully, I'll have somebody with me next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Catch y'all later.